season 2 of Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler, and I am so pleased to introduce you to my next guest, who has a great story to tell and one that we all need to hear. And Colleen Hudgen, that is, Colleen Hudgen of Live Oak Adult Daycare Center, and I think I put the care in there, but that's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
It's not part of
loving
the name.
care, actually.
Yes, maybe we should change the name after how many years?
35 years.
35 years.
35 years.
And did Live Oak Adult Day Services just start in Los Gatos? Because now I know you have many locations.
Live Oak Los Gatos campus was our first campus. It was founded by the church as an outreach of the church because they had members that were elderly and basically isolated at home. So volunteers basically used their Sunday school classrooms to take care of those elderly seniors who was no longer able to even come to church.
Or is it in the same location still?
It's in the same location,
So,
the same room, 6, 7, and 8.
so what's the location?
It's the Los Gatos United Methodist Church, and the address is 111 Church Street. We have been there 35 years, and the church has partnered with us because they saw the need starting in their membership, and then it just spread to be much more than volunteers could do. So Live Oak formed its own 501c3, and we became a separate entity.
And you have locations now in?
We have the administrative office is in Willow Glen.
Mm-hmm.
We have a center in Gilroy, and we have one in Cupertino.
And how long have you been with them?
I've been with Live Oak 18 years now.
CEO all those years?
CEO all those years.
All those years.
And prior to that, there was one other ED who was there 17 years as well. And then prior to that, it was a volunteer.
So tell us what you do. Tell us about the services.
It's just such a joy to do. It's a passion.
I bet.
I have been basically doing this type work for 40 years. I started out in Florida, ran a 24-hour facility for 6 years, and then I worked at another nonprofit in San Jose providing services to seniors for 14 years, and now at Live Oak. So the whole idea is to treat our elderly, frail seniors with dignity and to respect who they were and what they contributed to this valley.
You know, I almost want to have you repeat what you just said. It's a passion for me too. I have a love for the elderly community, and in part because they are left out and forgotten by so many people.
So many people. And I personally took care of my parents, so I knew firsthand the needs. So I've been in both, you know, set of shoes, and I know the difference, and I know that you want help. You need help. 24 hours a day, caring for your loved one can be quite overwhelming. You do it because you love them, and you would do it until you drop, but you need help. And we're there to help our families care.
So let's go through a day at Live Oak Adult Day Services. Let's start in the morning and tell me who comes and what they do for the day.
Okay, our centers are open from 8:30 to 3:30 every day. And so Monday through Friday, we welcome in seniors who have dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, MS, just chronic diseases, high blood pressure, COPD. So these are seniors that are at the stage of their diseases that they cannot be left alone. So that family caregiver takes care of them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without a out-of-home respite service like Live Oak. So the staff arrives at 8:30. They prepare a continental breakfast. The start of the day for the participants is 9 a.m. So they come in the door at 9. Staff begin greeting them, hugging them, telling them, oh, we're going to have a banjo player come in today, and he's going to play the banjo and sing all the songs. Then in the afternoon, we're going to do exercise. So from 9 to 10, it's welcoming them in, getting them excited about the day, providing that continental breakfast, and then at 10 to 11, that's the first morning activity. So you're going to have somebody come in. They always do current events. There's always going to be someone doing a scramble word game. We want to get them mentally and physically stimulated. So we will do exercise in the morning too, because we want them to stretch, and we have licensed exercise instructors that come in, and they are free to the center because they're paid for by, at the Los Gatos Center, they come from West Valley. And so At 12, they go back to the tables, and then they're going to have lunch, which comes in catered from the senior nutrition program. And then at 1, 12 to 1 is lunch. At 1, we have another major activity. So that could be more music therapy, pet therapy, intergenerational activities. It could be a big band. It could be a one-man show. We have one guy, we call him Cowboy Danny. He plays and sings and tells story. So we have the day plan. There's a monthly calendar. The caregiver knows what's going to happen. On the back of that calendar is the menu. So they can also say, Mom, you had fish today. How was the fish? So it carries on into the evening.
Sure.
So something is happening from the time they arrive until the time they go home. We're a busy center. It's not like being at home where you can sit while the caregiver run around and, you know, the senior is kind of feeling like, oh, I'm either in the way or I'm a burden. So we remove that. When they come there, they're the most important
It's their
thing
home.
in the room. It's their home. They make friends. They laugh. We have so much fun. The staff, I said, the minimum requirement is that you have to love this job. You have to be passionate about it, because when the families entrust their loved ones to us, we want them to feel like, wow, I can really focus on what I need to do. I don't have to worry about Mom or Dad being at the center.
There is a fee, I would imagine.
There's a sliding scale, but the scale is $20 a day up to $70 a day.
Does insurance cover it?
We're not medical, so we cannot
All right.
bill medical insurance. We can bill long-term care insurance, but we don't even want the fee to be the first discussion. What we want to do is make sure we're serving the people that need us the most. So as a nonprofit, we apply for other funding. For example, here in the town of Los Gatos, we receive funding from the town to help subsidize those clients who can't afford to pay even the lowest end of our scale. So we don't want people not to come due to that. We want them to come if that caregiver and the client will benefit from it.
So Live Oak, I love the name. Where did you get that name?
The name actually started because there's a big oak tree, a live oak tree, and that was the beginning of our logo, of our branding. It's the live oak, and it's all about that an oak tree has many branches and it lives. The acorns fall to the ground and then they grow back up. So it's like almost like the cycle of life, you know.
Yes.
The parents, and I have the caregivers tell me over and over, Mom took such good care of me. I want to do everything I can to keep her at home for as long as possible. And that's the mission of the agency, to assist that family in being able to not only benefit from the services we provide, we also connect them with other services in the community that can make their life easier. For example, getting a wheelchair ramp, getting hand bars and grab bars installed, or weatherization. We know the programs. Like I said, I've been in this Silicon Valley providing services to seniors for over 30 years, so I know where to go and which door to knock on.
You know, I worry about seniors so much because they are the forgotten segment of our society. Mm-hmm. We're all going to be there.
We're all going to be there.
I think I already am.
Well, I am.
You know, just thank God I can still take care of myself.
Yes.
But we're all going to be there. It is something we all share, and they still have so much to offer.
Oh, it's amazing. Part of the entertainment of the day is that we give the seniors opportunities to share about where they grew up, what they did. Like we have a rocket scientist, and one day we had a volunteer there that was a rocket scientist, and so they just got together and started talking rocket science, and I'm like, what are the odds of this happening? Because it just made Jack he felt like the most important person in the room because
Which he was.
Oh,
I bet the stories you hear
the stories
are
I hear. I have one lady who said she danced with the June Taylor dancers.
No.
I had one lady, actually two, that were mayors, one in Gilroy and one with two in Gilroy. They were both in South County. Maybe Morgan Hill and Gilroy, yeah. So it's just interesting. We have a gynecologist. So these are school teachers. We have lots of school teachers, firemen. So we have people we had one guy at the Los Gatos Center who used to tell the story of the big fire up in Santa Cruz. And he'd come in with his jacket and his hat, And he'd tell the story every day. It was beautiful.
I would go home in tears every day. Maybe you do
I
sometimes.
do. I literally
I would go
do.
home in tears.
But
you
happy
know?
tears of
Ye-
joy.
Yes,
Because
bittersweet
I've
tears.
seen the
yes.
difference that, having somebody touch you, look you in the eyes,
Yes.
sit, how are you doing
And
today?
care
And
about
actually
you.
care about
Yes.
what you're saying. And helping you
Exactly.
finish your sentences because, hey, I do that too, baby.
Oh.
Don't worry.
And you know what? And I'm thinking about the children who bring them in, or
Oh.
whoever, their
Oh.
caretakers or whatever, and they get a break for a few
They
hours.
get a break. So that's the dual benefit of the program. The caregiver gets that 6 hours of, I can go and take care of me. I can get my hair done. I can go grocery shopping without having to
Yeah.
drag mom along. I don't have to leave her at home and worry about the stove being turned on, or, just peace of mind. Some of our caregivers still work. So they can go to work and know that mom's going to get breakfast. We're going to assist her with her medications, and we're also going to make sure that her lunch is provided, hot, well-balanced, nutritious lunch. If she needs a special diet, we can take care of that also.
So, if you could change anything about this country of ours,
Oh, you don't want to know.
I mean, what would be like the first thing? I mean, because you see these wonderful people every day who are often ignored.
Yes.
And it just bothers me so much, but you are making change. I haven't made any change.
We need to really honor and put the
Yeah.
elderly at the top of the list, because we
Yes.
all, I love the phrase that former First Lady Rosalind Carter coined. We're all either caregivers, we will be caregivers,
Yes.
we will need care,
Yes.
or we're already receiving care.
Yes.
So on that spectrum, you want to be the person that does good, because hopefully it'll come back and
Right.
you'll have somebody that will take care of you one day. The problem or the change that I would like to see is that funding would be put in place that made sure on that continuum people were kept at home, because it's more expensive to warehouse people in nursing homes when medically they don't need to be there. Maybe that caregiver just needs an overnight rest, or one more day of daycare to keep them well. Many times the caregivers get sick because they feel like I
Yes,
can't
it's
do
exhausting.
it. I can't do it. It's exhausting. And they're also in many cases taking care of grandkids as well. So
Yes.
there's sandwich. So I would like to see in this country this life itself, no matter what age you are, valued, and that people are treated with dignity and respect, and that they receive the care they need.
Well,
We spend way too much on the most expensive kind of care and nothing on preventative or things that can, making sure the elderly eat healthy.
which is easy to do.
Which is easy to do, but it's like, oh, there's no system in place that will guarantee that. So guess what? Live Oak started a partnership with Second Harvest Food Bank, and we actually go over and we get 2 bags each for each family. And if they
Wonderful.
want it, they can take it home, because they don't have time to go to the food
That's
bank.
right.
That's one extra thing too many. And so we're doing the things that we're doing to try to fill in that gap, because the food inequities are so great. Some of the seniors we know, they will buy food for their cat or their dog, and
Before
not
themselves.
yes, before themselves. So
Yes.
and the food bank now has food for pets.
And I didn't know that.
Yes, so the whole system.
And I have volunteered so much with them. I did not
Well,
know
see,
that.
the need is so great, because they were feeding
Yes.
the animals
And not themselves.
and not themselves. So it's a wonderful concept, and it's cheaper to do, but the hearts of the people that make the decisions don't reach to put themselves in the shoes of the people that are really hurting.
And how can we help you in Los Gatos and Montessorino? We're listening. What can we do for you?
You can really identify for us, and hopefully somebody's watching that need us. Please know, if nothing else, we care. And if you come into one of our centers, you're going to be treated with dignity and respect. We are not going to worry about the money. We're going to assess that senior to make sure we can meet their needs and that they would benefit to be in the program. So spread the word.
Yes.
Everybody can spread the word. You probably have a neighbor or a friend who's caring for a mom, and she's saying, I'm so exhausted, I didn't sleep at all last night, or I need help because I can't even go to the grocery store or go to my doctor's appointments because I have to take mom, and I can't leave mom in the waiting room because she gets frightened when she's around strangers. So tell that friend to call Live Oak, and we will make sure to take care of them for as long as we can. The other thing is that we advocate. So if we notice during the day, my staffing ratio is 1 to 5. So I'm going to do a lot more looking at your mom, observing, and so at the end of the day, I will call you and say, Lissa, your mom was really sleepy today. Did something happen? Or is there so you got extra eyes on your mom, and we touch them a lot. So if they have a temperature, we will call and say, your mom has a temperature. Maybe you need to get her into the doctor, or she seems to be in pain. She's not capable of saying I'm in pain, but we're just trained to check them and to be an extra advocate for both the caregiver and the client.
And do you need, I'm just thinking people can go on your website, Live Oak Adult, well, what is the website?
It's www.liveoakadultdaycare.org.
All right.
And we are also looking for volunteers. We're looking for board members.
Financial contributions,
Financial contributions are welcome because we get turned down a lot when we make applications for funding because seniors are just not on the
bottom of the list.
No, it's at the bottom of the list, and a lot of the larger corporations and foundations are only funding preschool and first 5 education. And so
it's the circle of life.
It's the circle of life.
You start at preschool, you're going to end up.
You're going to end up a senior, and it's like, okay, we love the kids, we want the kids to have a great start in life, but you can't throw out the seniors when they have lived their life and they have really contributed a lot, and they are here. And they are here because they're going to live longer. The senior population is the fastest growing segment of the population. So there's going to be more of them, and there are not enough hospitals and nursing homes for them to just go to because there are no services like Live Oak. And once they go away, it's just going to be next to impossible to reopen centers like ours.
And I'm guessing it's a very clean and cheery place.
Oh, you better believe it. You better. Yes. We try to keep it clean. We make it feel like home and just welcoming, loving, caring. I get people come in the first day and say, "Oh, it just feels so much. I just feel so much love in here."
And don't we want that for our parents or our grandparents or us?
That's what we want. So we celebrate. We welcome in. We do like I said, we have the middle school kids, the high school kids that do their community service. We have college kids that do internships. So the seniors are just inundated with stimulating, conversations. And part of what we do when they come in is say, you can't just stand around. You gotta mingle. You gotta socialize with the seniors. And so they by the end of the day, I have one little guy. He came in. Actually, he wasn't even born because we gave his mom a baby shower and we named the baby. And after he was born, she brought him back. And then as he grew up, he volunteers. Anytime he's out of school, he's now in high school. And he called the seniors his grandmas and grandpas. And his grandparents live all the way across the country. So it's a community.
Make me cry.
It's a community. It's a community where there's anything, if you want to come in and just talk one-on-one with a senior, it's amazing. We had one senior who this kid came in, and she just loved to have him sit with her, and nobody knows why. He must have reminded her.
I'm sure he did.
But she just focused on him, and he liked it because he said, I don't have a grandmother. I don't have anybody in my life that treats me like this. And she would try to feed him. He goes, oh, no, I bought my lunch. And so he would have his lunch with her. It was just the most darling thing to see, just a darling thing to see. So we have one lady, Belle, who turned 102. And when they turn 100, well, actually every year we celebrate their birthdays. But we asked her what did she want for her birthday. She said, I want to dance all day. And so we got a band. We got the guy that came in and he played all day. And she danced all day. Belle had been in the hospital with a broken hip. We didn't even think she was going to come back. You said, we're going to do it. We're going to do this. And so she danced all day. Her daughter said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Her will to come back to Live Oak just was so powerful and so positive that she
Wonderful.
got better and came back. And
How
we were
about
just
that?
like, oh wow, Belle is coming back for her birthday. And then we had one at Willow Glen who she wanted a hunk, an 18-year-old hunk, and a limo ride. She had never had a limo. So I think the 18-year-old hunk is illegal, but we can get the limo ride.
Oh.
So and we went to the food bank, and there was a guy there that was volunteering, and he happened to own a limousine.
And he probably happened to be a hunk. I don't
he,
know.
he was a hunk when he was that day, because
Oh.
he had to wear the tuxedo. He picked her up, he brought her in, he escorted her in.
What a difference.
He stayed the whole day, and it's just like,
Oh.
you know, we didn't have the money. We were going to go through the phone book to try to find somebody.
Yes.
But he happened to be, I said, God had to put that together. That was too.
The difference you make.
And it made her day. So it's
You are
just,
wonderful. Oh my gosh. Colleen Hudgen, you are so special.
Well, I am doing what I was gifted to do, and I love it.
You have the gift.
And I do
remember
love it.
this face, because you may be seeing it someday.
I know, put on the front row.
All right. Oh, Live Oak Adult Daycare Services, Colleen Hudgen, the CEO.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Oh.
And please, if there's anybody out there, please come and visit. If nothing else, come and visit and see for yourself what we do every day. It's just a fun place to be.
Volunteering,
lots
yes.
of smiles, just the best energy in the world.
I think you may have the best job in the world.
I do.
I think you do. Oh, okay. Let me get it together here. All right. Community storytelling. Have you heard anything better than what you just heard? Or the need? Just wonderful. So you know what? More stories like this to come, and maybe you have one. You go to KCAT.org and you do the nomination process. I think it takes 3 minutes, 4 minutes max, and then you'll be sitting right where Colleen is, and we'll hear your story. Community storytelling. Thank you for being with us at
Thank
KCAT.
you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Colleen, you are just wonderful. I don't want to let go of your hand.